people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 38 of Inherited Turnabout and Tribulations. Last time, we continue our cross-examinations, we basically cross-examined bikinis some more, and I ran into the infamous snowmobile testimony, which basically screws me over every damn time. Because, basically, you have to because see this line? Apparently, you basically have to look at the tracks photo. Only one set of tracks was used. I admit this photograph proves something. I swear, this testimony, my mind blocks it out every time. I know it's coming, but I always forget it. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, why is there only one set of tracks? What do you mean? I was at the Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back. Ah, you're right. You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. Exactly! That's what always screws me over with this testimony. Because basically, if God help you, if you're one step ahead of the case. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it? I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving behind just the return tracks in the snow. What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? Is there a flaw in her theory? The idea that the snowball covered one set of tracks. It's flawless! There's a contradiction. The tracks on the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory! However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible! Would you care to explain why there was a rude index finger currently pointing in my general direction? No need! The evidence will do all the talking for me. On the night of murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge in order to dispose of the murder weapon. The outgoing tracks were erased by snow, or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by the snow. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime. Because, like I said, I always get this mixed up where I think, oh, present the weather report. No, you gotta wait for the weather report. Like I said, it was around 11. Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report from Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report? Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11, the snow had already stopped falling. It's impossible for any track to have been made at time to have been covered up. Ah! Order! Very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Ah! It's too soon to be closing the trial due to snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this then. When is a weather report ever correct? Ah, no, you got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data. Yeah! Forecast data, all weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have been still snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m. It's true, we cannot be totally sure, eh? What? How did she pull that off? It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to prove conclusive evidence to this. We have a weather report! We're determining that this is conclusive evidence! If it wasn't, why do we have it? I come this far, there's no turning back now! Very well, I too cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. Ha! You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth! Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where is your evidence that it already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? Basically, notice the crime photo. There is no snow on Elise's body. Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I am referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception. And that is the victim herself, Miss Elise Dustin. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon... I love how they just can't say Eagle River. They have to call it the Eagle River. The Eagle River is a landmark. It is a hallmark staple of the greater Los Angeles area. Then in this photograph, there should be 2 sets of tracks. Order! Just what are you... Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I am not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were gone. Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained. Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There is only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder, which can only mean that night, Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said that she never went there. I shall probably press on this point some more when I get the chance. The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge, so she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot. That sounds right. But what's odd is, when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple, I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge. You must have just failed to see it, sister. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow too. But it's impossible! Order in the court! What does this all mean? So then what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that's the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. Amen to that! Hate that snowmobile. I think we arrived at this point due to the witness. Yes, I have nothing more to add. I have told you everything that I know. Well then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile. A witness, huh? Was there no one out walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night? Yes, Judge, because it's a common walking spot in the middle of February when it's snowing. I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in that. Unless they had something really important to do. That's a shame. Hold on. Something that is coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out on that summer Arctic night. Your Honor, I actually have an idea. There may be one individual able to help us. Well, really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are 2 things about him that do come to mind, which are, first, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder, and the second being, this individual that I'm thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about? Dodo! Come shoe! Franziska! Okay, I just want to say it. Okay. Yeah, I love how Edgeworth, he's like, you're not my sister, Franziska! You're nothing to me! Larry. This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc de Laduc's guide to obnoxious French painting. This is Larry Butz, the student of the victim, at least him. Her student? Interesting. Why was he wandering on the night of the murder? That's... I could tell more about the designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness, before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him, although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom. Edgeworth, he's just so excited. Summon this youth as a witness immediately. I have no choice, do I? I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him. Very well, Larry. You may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Montgomery, please see to preparing the next witness. Oh, I could just I could just picture what Franzi preparing Larry would be like. It would be like an episode of Johnny Bravo. Just Franziska, she's just trying to prep Larry. She's trying to get some basis of her argument. And meanwhile, Larry, he's just hitting on her. With all these corny pickup lines. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. Larry Butz! Maurice Dusnium, where were you on the night of the murder? Well, where were you on the night Where were you all my life, lady? Where were you on the night of the murder? Answer me, you foolish fool! I was getting lost in your eyes. Care to draw me a map? Were you with anyone on that night of the murder? Well, I can tell. I don't know about anyone. I wasn't with anyone, but I can tell you right now, I want to be with you. Just Larry. And then Larry just and then Edgeworth, while he's basically talking, Larry goes crashing through the wall.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not sure what to say.
Iris, we only have 20 minutes, and probably 10 before Franziska beats Larry through this wall. Larry just breaks through the wall. Franzi, don't be like this! There are two things which I need to ask you before we can...
Alright, I'll help you any way I can.
First, about that night. You really didn't go out to the temple, correct? The last witness came to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it's just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple.
Very well. The second thing then? That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me.
So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
5 Cyclops! Iris!
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet?
Nothing until her safety is confirmed.
Her?
The safety of the Acolyte.
The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Dusnium?
No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life.
As I thought. No psychologue. Very well. It's my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Garma, where is the witness? In a body cast in the Hardy Clinic. During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? Yep, that's Larry. He was sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? He drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. Yes, Larry was sketching Franziska. I could only presume that his intention was to capture you. Ah! Anyways, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for our artist before the court. Loris Dusnim, I hope you're ready. Get in here. It was seen that whip is going to see plenty more use today. And probably not in its intended purpose. Franziska's gonna just start strangling Larry with the whip. Ouch! Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey! I was just artistically rendering. Ow! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subponina, correct? Look, I'm nothing but fledgling artist trying out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, viridian. Larry, this isn't an art store now, is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields? I presume you wanted to say field work, I hope. That's it. Thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. I need to get new friends. Stat. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I've got nothing to do with the trial at all. I expect all of your face to be red when you realize this big mistake. Bright red. Or use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Ouch! Ow! Ouch! 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 Stop your pathetic blabbering and testify like a man! Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now! This is almost too much for me! What I saw. I was at the lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars that night. I walked to a bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't meet anyone at the bridge that night. That girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody. Nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? And why was I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? Because no one cared, Larry Butz. No one cared. Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything, every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching you will make you eternally unhappy. So, friends, you want a hug? Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination with no touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time. Come on. Whatever's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness, any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may let my whip have its way. Well, Franzi, I don't know about your whip, but you can certainly have your way with me. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. That rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right? See, you can do it if you try. Have a cookie, Larry Butz. Ouch! There's only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge. A number of times. How many? Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes. Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night. You bet! Real love's all about waiting with your heart in your hands. Love, you say? It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack, using this blackmail letter. But blackmail? No, that was simply a product of overflowing love. You huffy puffy, loosey goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness. So, what did you see? I hope for your sake you saw a snowmobile. You huffy puffy, loosey goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh? Wow, I actually got through that. I thought that one, I would be flubbing that one up like no belief.
Well, you see?
Being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all. Because he was called Wes, much worse. Yes, exactly. Larry was probably called much worse all throughout his life. Okay. Larry! You really didn't see it? Hey! No need to hit your desk. I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile. If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Shut up! What is this? I don't know. Don't ask me. It seems I'll need to stop for a more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans. You didn't meet anyone. That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. I'm just here to buy some repaint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those crimson-like faces now! It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. It seems that he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this case to the end. I don't want this guy costing any more time. I need to slice through the obvious contradictions and keep things moving along. Okay. Okay. Oh no! Okay, well, we're going to be getting one guilty verdict during this trial. Okay. Really, what is it with me? Look, there's one statement I really want to basically do. It's a funny error statement, and I want to basically preserve my thing. So frankly, I'm going to end things off a little early today. I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're great. If you want to come back for the next one, if you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do as they want. But I'll see you later. Bye.